welcome back to my channel. Today I did my spring foundation routine. I incorporated a lot of cream products. Not only did I do that, but I'll show you guys how to blend cream products with brushes and also with blending sponges to give you guys both options depending on what kind of girl you are, what kind of boy you are, which you prefer to do when applying your makeup. I always change my foundation routine based on the season and of course the trends. So down below I'll have other foundation routines if you guys want to look at other ones, but I just have been loving cream products and you guys always ask me to teach you guys how I apply my creams and how they stay all day long, and this video is just for that. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Vale. I do all things beauty, lifestyle, and fashion. So if you want to join the family, go ahead and subscribe down below. Give the video a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get started. I miss doing tutorials like this, you guys. Also, I feel like there's a lot of echo, excuse me. This room is emptier than usual because it's become like more like a studio, so sorry if it's a little echoey. We're gonna go with some eye prep. This is from Tula. It is the Rose Glow and Get It. It is a cooling and brightening eye balm. And I actually saw it when I went to Ulta to pick up like the Tula like sunscreen and glow. Oh my god, I gotta pick that up. But you guys look at the difference of like the eye without like the Rose Glow. It adds so much moisture, and I feel like with working with cream products and like hotter days or even spring makeup that is all based around creams, you want to make sure that the under eye area is nice and hydrated. That way the products last longer, the concealer doesn't crease, and everything is just really nice and pretty. Look at that glow under the eyes, guys. It's just like extra glow without having to put on so much like highlighter and dew and stuff. It's just like want to make this look glow from within. So now that we have our eye prep, we're gonna go with some moisturizer. It's from Summer Fridays. It is the Cloud Dew oil-free gel cream, which is good for, it's just good to hydrate, and it's good for all skin tones because it is oil-free. So I do have drier skin, so I need all the dew, but if you have oily skin, this could be a good moisturizer to get that nice moisture look and not making your face super greasy. So this moisturizer just really like absorbs into your skin. Okay, beautiful. Now this is optional, but because my skin is more on the dry side, I'm gonna go with some face oil. This is from Laura Mercier's the Nourishing Rose Oil, and I'll just apply it like in the center of my face just for the extra glow, the extra dew. Also, this routine looks really pretty if you're gonna be shooting pictures outside or even inside. It makes your skin glow from within. I'm gonna give you guys an option if you do have larger pores and you wanna like get like rid of them. This is the Maybelline Master Blur Stick, and I like to apply it right here on the sides of my nose and like maybe a little bit here on the forehead, and it kind of just like blurs everything out. But honestly, I don't mind the look of like pores, especially if they're clean. If you have larger pores or they're just not your vibe, then you could totally cover them with a product like this. And then now to finalize the skincare, I'm gonna be going with the Tula Protect and Glow sunscreen. I just recently started applying sunscreen to my face, but I feel like applying it with like something a little extra is just better. It is just so good on the skin, guys, and I'm just like super obsessed. So now imagine putting on makeup on top of a very nourished, moisturized skin. It's only gonna look better and last longer, and you will see the difference. Now we're gonna go in with our foundation for today. You can go with a BB cream, CC cream. I really just have been enjoying my NARS Soft Matte because it's something that's gonna give me long wear and then also like a nice soft look to the skin, but I can always make it dewy. I just love the coverage on this foundation, and with just a little bit like this, I'm able to get the look and the coverage that I want. I also have been thriving on like more tinted moisturizers and thinner consistency foundations, but for this tutorial, I wanted to give you guys a full face routine, and this is something that I will go for on the daily. I'm actually going to list them below in the description box other foundation and CC cream options if you like more something that's like more lightweight for the spring, not so full coverage. I'll share with you guys more recommendations. This is in the shade Barcelona number 4, and I'm going in with my Sephora 70 brush. I have been loving Sephora collection brushes. They're all that I've been using, but look at how beautiful this coverage is on the skin, and because it is so nice and moisturized and hydrated, it makes your skin look so good and so healthy and glowy. You don't really have to worry under your eyes, but we are gonna go around the face. I always try to do my eyebrows and eyes before, that way I have a nice clean face. But on days that I'm not gonna wear a lot of eyeshadow and stuff, I'll just go ahead and like do my face routine. But when I'm doing eyeshadow, I wanna make sure that I have a nice clean canvas. Alright, so this routine is mainly based around cream products, so I'm gonna teach you the right way to layer them. Again, everybody has their own routine, but for me this is like what works and how I'm able to have like a hair somewhere and I can't find it, it's fine. This routine is how I'm able to wear my cream products and then last all day long, so you can take away anything that you want from the tutorial, your own little tips and tricks, but I'm just gonna show you guys what works for me. All right, so now we're gonna go with concealer, and lately the trend has been to not do a lot of concealer. Me, however, I just put it wherever I want. I think it doesn't make that much of a difference where you apply it as to where you blend it. So I'm gonna be going with the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Concealer. It is actually the original concealer, but just extra creamy. It's literally called Ultra Creamy. The shade Light Medium, as always. And what I'm gonna do is, you can always apply it like on your skin, on a brush, but I'm just gonna apply a little bit here in the inner corner and a little bit more down towards my nose, the sides of my nose, just to really brighten this area up. And then I will do a little bit here just to clean up the eyeshadow, kind of give it a little bit of a lifted effect. This is enough concealer to blend throughout, but I also like to apply some here for some brightness, and then always a little bit here on the bridge of the nose, and I let that concealer stay in there for a little longer. And then with whatever is left on the brush or the sponge, I'll go ahead and buff it out to other areas of the face, as the forehead and stuff, but this is technically what I'll do. So I'll take this little brush from Sephora as well. It is the 57 brush, and it's good to just blend like specific areas. I feel like I like to really buff out the concealer up here, just so that it has a nice blend with the foundation, and then I don't have a harsh line when it comes to like the eyeshadow. I can slowly keep working it in. You see how it gave me a nice lifted look? There's not a sharp line, and then I could just keep buffing that on the sides of the nose, under the eyes, very lightly. And then I'm also able to get in here almost on top of the inner corner, which is sometimes hard to do with a blender, I feel like. Look at that, how pretty that looks. And then I'm gonna do the other side with a sponge, just in case you prefer a sponge. This is the e.l.f. Camo sponge, which is also amazing. I'm trying to cater to everyone's needs. This sponge is literally the best sponge to blend like concealers. I feel that with the sponge, you are able to distribute the product more all over your skin, whereas with the brush, it's more like detail work. But at the end of the day, guys, it looks absolutely the same, in my opinion. So even though we have a nice lifted look here on the eyes, you don't see like a really like stark line. I'm gonna take a blender and buff away the concealer on the nose, and I'm gonna bring it up here in the middle of the brows. So now we've concealed, foundation is good, and everything looks about the same color. So that's also very, very nice. Now we're gonna move into cream contouring, which is something that a lot of you guys feel like still struggle with. And that's what I'm here for, girl. I'll teach you how to do it. The best way with cream contour is to do like less is more. I'm just gonna be taking this brush from Morphe that I've been loving, and basically you just want to draw a line on top of your cheekbones like that. You could either stamp the product with a brush, or you can go in with the product already and like buff it in, but I kind of like to apply it onto the face first. These are all the areas that I always target, and then the sides of the nose as well. And I'll do like a little bit at the bottom of my lip. You can blend out your cream products with a blender, but I feel like with a brush you have more control, so again, I'll do one side with a brush and then the other side with a blender. So you always want to buff the product with a light hand towards the back of your hairline like that. Really nice and soft, just like that. This cream bronzer from Fenty has been literally my go-to. They also have like the match sticks, which is like the actual like contour stick, but I find that the cream and the pan is actually better. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm about to run out, it's so good. And then again, I feel like applying a little bit of contour here underneath of the jawline gives you a more chiseled look, and it's super natural. I feel that when contouring, creams are better because with powder, it can get patchy real quick, and cream on cream blends better than powder on powder, so always remember that. And then for the nose, I kind of like to squeeze the brush a little bit for a more precise look and buff inward so we don't disrupt the brightness. So this is one side blended with a brush. I'm going to show you one side blended with a sponge. Taking this one, I believe, is from Huda Beauty. Again, I'm going to blend sides of the nose. So now we've done base, concealer, and we've done cream contouring. Now all I have to do is add on the cream blush and cream highlight. I do like to set everything as well. So now we're going to finish out with the cream first, and then we're going to move on to phase 2 of the tutorial, which is setting the cream products. There are so many cream products that I've been loving for my blush. You guys know that. I find that all of them work about the same. I'm taking this from my Tan London today in the shade Power Pink. I really have been liking more of a pink shade for spring. Usually I'm the girl that goes with like the corally colors, but I feel like pinks look so pretty. I'm gonna teach you guys how I do my blush cream technique. So I like to put some either on my face, and then this brush is my favorite. It's the Fenty 125. So I kind of start working the product like in a circle, and as I'm working it into a circle, I push it back. I feel like this formula from Iconic London is like very like watery and easiest to blend for like a beginner, whereas like Fenty and other like potted cream products can be a little bit harder to blend, but this one, because it's so light and like I said, like thinner formula, you're able to get a really nice blend. So first I like to go in with the brush. You guys see how it gave me a nice flush of color. Now I go back with my sponge and kind of blend out the edges. So if you want to get into like cream blushing, I would suggest trying these out from Iconic London and then work your way up to other ones. But you guys see how it gives you such a nice flush of color. And then I always like to take my cream blush and apply it on top of my nose, Cupid's bow, and my chin, just to give it more of a sunburn, like springy, flush look. I find that it photographs so freaking well, and I just haven't stopped doing that in I don't know how long. So here's what my face would look like if I were to do all creams. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my loose powder, because it's always important to set. I don't bake the crease like a crazy person like I used to. You can take any loose setting spray, or I mean loose powder. I'm taking this one from Huda Beauty. It's one of my favorite ones ever. And I also like to bake with the e.l.f. concealer sponge. I like to squeeze it. I always bake right on the sides of the nose, just because I'm always wearing like sunnies when I go shoot and stuff, and right under the under eyes. I apply about a generous amount. I do tend to crease under my eyes. Apply some on the chin area, and then as you guys see, I have a little bit of a shine here in the middle of my forehead. So I like to also go in and like kind of like mute that out. Everything else you see is still kind of glowy. I am also going to bake underneath that, just so that the cream products don't move around. Now I'm gonna go into actually putting powders into the face. I'm gonna go with this bronzer from Fenty. It is their Private Island bronzer. I'm taking this in a Sephora 59 brush, and I'm just lightly going to dust that powder over the cream contour. Very light strokes. You can see I'm not like buffing it in. I'm kind of just like sweeping it onto the face, and again towards the back of my face. Also, the good thing about applying cream products is that you don't need that much color to your face, because the cream products already have that pigment. But in setting it with loose products, you're able to just like lock that color in. I would go a little crazier on the jaw area, just because she needs a little bit of notchness in here. I also take this opportunity to do a little bit of nose contouring, taking a Sephora 14 brush with that same Private Island. Or I also like to go in with my Dior contour palette right here. This like taupey shade right here is actually, there's my timer. It's really perfect for a good like nose contour. And now that we have the sides of the nose baking, it'll be a good idea to go ahead and do a little bit of nose contouring if that is what you like to do, with very light pressure. I only apply the nose contour like right on the bridge. I don't go all the way up and I don't go all the way down. I just want a little bit of like definition, because I find it harder to blend if you go all the way up. And then I'll casually do a little bit here to kind of like perk up the nose, round it out. Skin is looking so good, you guys. Now we're gonna move on to blush. I have been obsessed with this blush from Hourglass Cosmetics, and once you open it up, it's literally the prettiest flush of purple, pink, and orange. And I feel like it's such a springy blush. I seriously have not put it down. I'm just taking a Morphe brush, and I'm just going to smile, and I'm going to pat it in on top of the cream blush. And I like to apply my blush starting from the back of my temple to the apples of my cheeks. And I always like to bring everything like upward. Take a little bit here on my nose as well, and a bit on my chin. Now it's time to start buffing out everything on the face. Taking the Sephora 56 brush, I'm gonna start buffing out the bottom. You guys see how it gives it such a nice clean look? Now I'm gonna, with the same brush, I'm gonna start buffing out that nose contour and that powder underneath the eyes. And then I'm gonna take this brush to really go in and blend the nose contour and the blush together for a nice seamless blend. All right, the face is almost done. Before applying my liquid highlighter, I always like to go in with a setting spray just to lock in the powders and make them all one. So it's kind of, we're starting at phase one again once we apply setting spray. Really have been liking the Professional Super Setter, because I feel like it does a good job of not only setting the face, it's long lasting, and it also kind of like hides the pores and the texture of the skin. It just melts everything together so nicely. I typically don't do anything to my lower lash line. I do sometimes if I'm gonna do this makeup for like going out. But for day to day, I just do like my regular like eyeshadow and then my lashes. I'll have my eye details down below. So for my glow, I have been obsessed with an oldie but a goodie. This is the, oh, there's Trooper. Hi, my love. She's gonna come anyway. Hi, Cookie. Hi. Hey, say hi. Oh, hey, I'm filming, okay? Okay, anyways, I really have just been loving this little guy right here from Iconic London. It's a liquid illuminator and Trooper, go. So basically what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of these drops and I'll put them here like in the back of my hand. And I'll either like blend it in with my fingers or my sponge, whatever I'm feeling, because if you put this straight on the skin, it's really like potent and it might be a little harder to blend out. So I always like to go in and just like warm it up onto the skin, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. So what I do is I apply it with one finger and blend with the other one. I feel like with my fingers I have more control. I need more loose powder here. And then I always do like the sides of the nose. Now I have the highlighter right here. I'm going to stamp it and then start warming up that product with my fingers. But you have to do it like right after, just because if it sets on top of like powder or anything, it might create like a line or something, and then it's like harder to blend out. But look at how beautiful that glow is. And then again, going to stamp that like that. And my fingers literally are so warm right now because I've just been like using them for this time. Sorry guys, my phone's going crazy. I kind of don't mind like having the glow like get close to the eye. Before it was like a rule of thumb, you don't apply your highlighter this close, but I feel like it looks the most natural. And also like with what I have on my finger, I kind of like to stamp it here. I like to just blend it here on the temples, just in case like I wear a ponytail or like I'm shooting outside, the sun wants to catch a glimpse of this face. And honestly, like, I'm not against using your fingers. I just love how this looks. And I'm taking a little wipe, make sure to take all the stuff out of your hands because you don't want to be going out looking crazy. At this point, I'll go in and see what I need more. Definitely, I need more blush in my life, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take some more of that blush, kind of like melt that blush with the highlighter again. I don't really care for bronzer that much because I'm mostly self-tan most days. Buff out any corners that may need a little bit of blending. And then now to finish everything up, I like to set the cream highlighter with a highlighter just in case, but these ones from Dior are absolutely amazing. There's a peachy shade right here along with the rosy shade, or you can mix these two together, but I'm gonna show you guys how pretty it just looks on the skin. Such a nice like thin formula that it still looks like the glow highlighter, but it's so thin. And I like to apply it pretty much anywhere that I highlighted. It's just like, it's more than a highlight. I feel like it's more of a glow moment. Now I'm going to be taking a regular brush and applying some of the highlighter in the inner corner. Nothing too precise, just a little bit of glow. And then here on the brow bone. All right, so basically guys, the face is done for now. We're gonna do the lips and then we're gonna finish the face with another spray. For lips, I've kind of changed the way that I do my lips. I was doing lipstick for such a long time, but now for spring, I want something more lighter, more natural than just like my full lips the whole time. So I'm going in with my lip liner 1.5 from KKW. Usually I stick around the shades 2 or 2.5 and they tend to be a little bit more darker. I just didn't think the 1.5 could be dark enough for me, but for a more lighter spring look, it's actually perfect. So I like to overline my lips. So I usually do. I always start with the Cupid's bow and then go ahead and line the bottom of my lips. And then I try to keep the shape pretty much my shape, but I'll overline it, obviously. So I try to keep also the center of the lips clean because I want more of a clear glossy look in the middle, not so much like done up. And you can even go in and set it with a little bit of powder so that the gloss or whatever you use sticks in. Okay, I have been obsessed with two products lately for my everyday look. One of them is a lip oil from COVERGIRL and one is the e.l.f. lip balm. The lip balm has like a tint to it, which is so beautiful, but I'm gonna show you guys the lip oil because it's mainly like what I always go for. So literally it's like a clear oil. I do wish that the oil was a little bit thicker. I find myself reapplying a lot, but it gives it like the prettiest like look. Just having to wear like lip liner and this. I also find that it makes your lips look a lot plumper and somewhat bigger, and like honestly this has been like my go-to. I'm gonna blot some of this off and I'm gonna show you guys the e.l.f. lip balm. This is not a new product. It's the color Tough Cookie. This is like super like popular. And this one has like color as well. This one is like more balmy, so it's a little bit more long lasting, but it has a little bit more color. So either of them are great. One of them has color, one doesn't, and one of them it is a oil. So it does run out a little faster. So this is like my completed like face. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set it with the iconic London Prep Set and Glow setting spray. This is like the cherry on top, seriously, it's so amazing. And this is the completed face. I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair and then I'll be right back. That was it for this video, guys. I hope that you guys loved it. I hope that you guys learned something from it. As always, I will have other products that I use and mention listed down below with their links and discount codes. If you guys would try out this foundation routine for the spring, tag me on Instagram, send me a DM, let me know how you like it. I would like to know your feedback and if it's working for you. That is it for today, guys. I love you so much. Muchos besitos y abrazos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.